What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mr. C's Corner. It is Tuesday, May 19th, Transformation Tuesday. It's the last one for the school year, and I couldn't think of a better one to end it than good old Miley Cyrus. That's right, Hannah Montana to Miley Cyrus swinging on a wrecking ball to whatever she's doing now. Good for you, Miley Cyrus. Anyway, so going along with that, we are going to be talking about our last business concept lesson today and Thursday. And if we remember my first episode of Mr. C's Corner, it was consumer decisions and consumer buying trends that I was seeing when the corona virus was first going on, the situation was first going on. So I'm lowering the volume, by the way, because it's so hard not to listen to this part and to sing along. That's right. Anyway, so I talked about good consumer decisions and bad ones. So today, we're actually going to be talking about consumer choices and the decision-making process all consumers go through when making a purchase. So the main idea for today and Thursday is consumers must make many buying decisions. They must decide what, when, where to buy goods and services, and how much to pay for them. So those are the four things we're going to be looking at. Today we're going to be looking at what, when, and then on Thursday we're going to look at where to buy and how much we're paying for it. So your EQ for today and Thursday is: how do the questions of what, when, where, and how influence a consumer's choice to buy? You can either do a good or a service. So by the end of Thursday, we'll be able to answer that. But today we're going to be talking about the what and the when. So before I dive into it, we got to figure out what a consumer is, right? I talk about consumers all the time. I talked about it in class, and I talk about it on these videos all the time, but it's always good to refresh ourselves. So a consumer is a person who selects, purchases, uses, and disposes of goods and services. So, I mean, you could be a consumer of many different things. If you can really twist that definition. I can consume food, right? I buy the food, I can make it, prepare it, and I eat it. Or I am consuming this shirt right now, right? I'm technically using this shirt. So when I talk about consumers, it's buying a product or a good or a service, okay? So remember, these consumers, they must decide what, when, where, and how when making a purchase of a good or service. So they have to keep that in mind either consciously or subconsciously. So today we'll discuss the what and the when of this. When deciding what products they want to buy, consumers decide what is a top priority for them. Is it quality? Is it price? Is it the brand? Typically, consumers often associate quality with brand name products, right? And I talk a lot about this in my marketing classes about branding and brand loyalty, how certain businesses brand themselves, how you brand yourself as a student or as an individual. So branding is a big thing. So brand name, here's a definition for it. Here, I'm going to lower the volume while I do this. What is this on? I don't know. So brand name is the definition. Sorry, I got off track. Brand name, the trade name for a product or service produced by a particular company. People become loyal to these brand names, right? People are loyal to Nike. People are loyal to Adidas. Checks over stripes, right? Yes, shout out Drake. So people become loyal to certain brands, and they buy those brands regardless because they associate that brand with a higher quality product. If I'm going to buy a Nike, shoe, I'm going to think that, not only is it in culture now, but it's going to last me a while, right? So people then become loyal to that brand name and only buy from that brand, right? So I have a lot of students that only buy Nikes or only buy Jordans. So this leads us to our first question. Are you loyal to a specific brand? If so, what brand? Right? Remember, put it on school. So personally, I'm not loyal to any brand. I'm just not. I don't buy based off of the brand. I guess I'd be loyal to Apple because I have AirPods, watch, and iPhone. But if I'm talking about like clothing, I guess I'd be loyal to Under Armour, but I'm not. I buy Nike and Adidas all the time. So since I'm not loyal to a specific brand, and I'm very price conscious. So I watch how much I spend. Obviously, as a business teacher, I'm trying to practice what I preach, but just for my own self, I'm very conscious of the price. So since I'm conscious of the price, I usually go with the generic product, right? We hear that word all the time, but do we really know what that means? So definition of generic product is a plainly labeled, unadvertised product that are sold at lower prices than brand name goods. Typically cheaper, but still similar, if not the same quality as those products. So next time you go grocery shopping or you go into the store, and let's just say you're looking for batteries, check to see if there is a generic product or generic battery. Bad example, but what about ketchup? There we go. Go look at ketchup. Besides for Heinz and Hunt's, look for the generic brand. I don't buy generic ketchup, so don't worry. Anyway, so I'm gonna give you another example for myself in regards to what I needed a new car, right? I needed a new vehicle. So this is going back a couple years ago. What did I need? I needed a car, a truck, or a vehicle. That's the first thing that I had to answer. What was it? So then I also said, what other factors influence me buying that car or vehicle? Price was I'm a price conscious shopper. Low miles. I needed to be 4x4. Other features like, if it's clean, seating, how big of a space there is, storage, or whatever. Then the brand. That was my last thing. And knowing me and how I am, I usually look for an American company vehicle. So since I had all those answered, I settled on a Jeep Compass. Definitely a good decision. It's been a rock star for me. But I'm going to keep referencing that example, during today's lesson and also Thursday's lesson. So now we decided what to buy, right? I decided I needed a new car or vehicle. Now we have to decide when to buy it, right? Are we going to buy it, I don't have the proper finances for it, or during what month should I buy it? So we're going to figure that out. So now we're going to talk about the when. So this is a personal preference, right? Price. If price isn't a factor for you and you're rich somehow, good for you. You know what? Go buy that Porsche full price. I'm not serious, but you know what I mean. The when portion of the buying decision for consumers also relies on supply and demand, right? I'm not gonna explain that theory for you. I'm gonna give you an example instead. So less people want an air conditioner in the wintertime, right? Air conditioner cools the temperature in the house. During the wintertime, typically it's cooler, right? So people don't buy air conditioners in the winter because they don't need it, right? Back to needs and wants. They don't need it. So second question is, in your own words, how does supply and demand relate to each other? How does supply affect demand, and how does demand affect supply? So remember, commenting on Schoology. That's today. This is, I got to figure out, here we go. I referenced it. So we're going to swing in on a wrecking ball right now. We're going to end this Transformation Tuesday on a solid note. That's right, Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, shout out. Check the bell ringer in the About section, and I'll see you tomorrow for Blue Chip Wednesday. Last one. See you tomorrow.